Okay, welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 432. We are here reviewing chapter 1175, Niddhogger. The cover image is Sabo with koala babies hugging all over him, and also koala babies. This is so funny. Yeah, the girl who wants to be like Sabo, so she basically, it has been very implied this girl likes Sabo, but hasn't really gone anywhere yet, because Oda hasn't really delved into that. So, start off with Sanji freeing Robin from the thorns. Yep, a little bit of heat. So, then of course, you have to basically the hockey. Now, this chapter, for some reason, after the first few pages, becomes basically, two straight two-page spreads. I have to turn the thing on the side, but there's a reason for it. So, some distance, now previously, and then we have this. And we have this for, a few pages. This whole thing, I have to turn the thing on the side. And it takes a while. It's not until I reach, this whole, two-page spread thing. It starts on page 4 to 5, and it doesn't finally stop until I reach page 12. So about a few pages is like this. So we have the dragon, who's actually Loki. Yes, this dragon with the broken horn is Loki in dragon form. Yeah, this actually is a fruit he ate. And of course, basically that we have one of the Saint Knights oh no, his thorn's been ruined, so... And, of course, the kids have the thorns, and then Luffy transforms into Gear 5, proceeds to punch the guy with his Gum Dawn Thor rifle, apparently breaking some of the man's teeth. Oh, he's Nika! Yep. And then we finally switch back over to normal pages, though it does switch back over to two-page spreads afterwards. And this is really explain the whole thing of, about this fruit. If a giant eats a human, or ancient giants of a giant, it becomes really big. And explain the whole thing, Elba had a warrior god named Rager, and Father said Nika. Face off against the sun god. So, and then of course, then we go back to the two-page spread where Loki is basically using a dragon breath on a bunch of the creatures to Thor hem, and just kills a lot of these creatures. And then we cut to Imu, where it's and it's a female knight, and she's like, so I see, so Niddhogger, that's where thou were. Yes, I can easily tell this is basically Imu because of the eyes. Yeah, that's all I can tell. It's kind of weird though. A lot of this chapter is basically just if you're in the app, you're basically having to turn the phone on its side to be able to read all these pages. So there is a few pages basically not like this, but I'd say about half this chapter is like this. I don't necessarily have a problem with this. It's fine. Oda probably did this just make the story go quicker, but that's basically to read this chapter per se. But otherwise, though, great chapter. Okay, so that's pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up we have is Free Ren. Okay, next video. Bye.